Grand Arbiter Xylox, a towering figure cloaked in the traditional silver robes of his kind, presided over the session. His voice, deep and deliberate, reverberated through the chamber. "Honored council members," he began, his gaze sweeping over the delegates. "The matter before us is one of grave consequence. Humanity has shown resilience, yes, but also unpredictability. Their advancements, though recent, hint at a troubling ambition. Shall we wait for this ambition to become a threat, or do we act now to ensure peace endures?" Xylox's proposal was met with a murmur of approval from several council members. Among them was General Karaf, a hardened veteran from the Zentari Confederation, his species known for its militaristic history and cautious pragmatism. Karaf leaned forward, his sharp yellow eyes narrowing. "Their growth is alarming, their achievements too swift. We have observed humans reach technological milestones in mere centuries, milestones that took our civilizations millennia to achieve. To ignore this is to risk our own future." Others, however, were not so easily convinced. Counselor Lyron of the Thyron Collective, a delicate, willow-like figure with iridescent skin, raised a hand in dissent. "While humanity's advances are notable, we cannot ignore their diplomatic gestures. They have sought trade agreements, shared scientific knowledge, and even joined our efforts in exploring uncharted regions. They may be ambitious, but they have shown no signs of aggression. Yet for every voice of caution, there was one of unease." The council members whispered among themselves, recalling humanity's history on Earth, a world rife with conflict, wars fought over resources and ideals, often at great cost. Some saw their resilience as commendable, but many found it unsettling. There was a growing belief that humans, if unchecked, might someday dominate the galaxy. The idea of such a future sent shivers down the spines of those who had known only peace for thousands of years. A decision was looming, and Grand Arbiter Xylox knew it was time to bring the matter to a head. He raised his hand, calling for silence. "We must decide today whether we allow humanity's unchecked rise, or if we take preventive action. A preemptive strike may seem drastic, but it could prevent far greater bloodshed in the future." Just then, a new voice echoed through the chamber. Ambassador Selkan of the Ralvorn Dominion, a species known for their cunning intelligence and analytical minds, stood to address the council. His silvery gaze was calculating as he spoke, his tone cold and composed. "Peace has endured precisely because we have not allowed disruption to our order. Humanity is a variable we cannot fully predict. They adapt too quickly, exploit every advantage. If we permit this to continue, we might soon find ourselves on the defensive against them." The council chamber fell into a deep silence as Selkin's words settled over them. His point struck a chord. Humanity's adaptability and ingenuity were indeed unusual. An unsettling realization crept into the minds of the council members. Humanity, with its unique drive and resilience, might very well pose the greatest threat the galaxy had faced in millennia. After a tense pause, Grand Arbiter Xylox nodded, signaling his decision. "It is decided. We shall issue a declaration of war upon humanity. Our forces will prepare to neutralize their military capabilities before they become insurmountable. May this action preserve the balance we have maintained for eons." The council members, though some visibly reluctant, offered their agreement with somber nods. A sense of finality filled the air, the gravity of their choice settling upon them. The declaration would shatter a 3,000-year-old peace, but they told themselves it was for the greater good. Humanity's rapid ascent was an anomaly, and they would act before it became a threat beyond their control. As the council adjourned, Xylox lingered, his mind still racing with possibilities. He could not help but wonder, was this decision truly one of prudence, or had fear clouded their judgment? Time would tell, but for now, their path was set. Across the galaxy, the humans would soon receive word of this unthinkable decision, a declaration of war against a species that had never before been an enemy. The council expected panic, perhaps a swift surrender. Little did they know, however, that humanity would respond not with fear or submission, but with something far more unsettling: laughter. The Galactic Council's declaration of war arrived on Earth in a secure message beamed from the heart of the galactic core, a cold, impersonal transmission filled with lofty words and dire threats. Earth's top leaders gathered in the war room, a vast chamber deep beneath the capital. General Marcus Tom, a seasoned and unshakable figure with decades of command experience, sat at the head of the table, watching as the alien declaration played out on a holographic screen. As the message ended, an uneasy silence followed. The Council had listed humanity's rapid technological progress as a threat to galactic stability, and justified their preemptive strike as a necessary step to preserve interstellar peace. General Tom leaned back, a faint smirk crossing his face. "They think we're dangerous," he muttered, amused. Across the table, Admiral Jackson, a sharp-minded strategist known for his unorthodox approaches, let out a short laugh. "Dangerous enough for them to break a 3,000-year peace pact? I'd say that's a compliment." The room filled with a few chuckles, and soon the tension evaporated, replaced by a mix of amusement and defiance. The idea of intergalactic powers fearing humanity seemed almost absurd, yet oddly satisfying. In a matter of hours, word of the declaration spread, reaching every corner of Earth. The public's response mirrored the reaction in the war room. News channels broadcast the alien transmission, and online forums exploded with commentary. Instead of sparking fear, the declaration became a source of humor. Memes flooded the internet, mocking the Council's somber warnings with captions like "Galactic Council declares war," "Humans schedule lunch," and "Aliens threatened us, so we laughed at them." The sentiment was clear. Humanity wasn't intimidated. Far from it. They saw the Council's message as proof of their growing strength, a testament to their resilience and progress. For centuries, humans had overcome natural disasters, pandemics, and internal conflicts. Now, facing aliens seemed just another challenge on the horizon. But this reaction was about more than just bravado. It was grounded in real confidence. Over the past century, humanity had made unprecedented leaps in technology. Earth scientists and engineers had pioneered new defensive systems, spacefaring fleets, and energy weapons. They had colonized nearby planets and built fleets capable of defending them. Humanity wasn't just ready. They had been preparing for years, driven by an instinct to secure their place in the galaxy. General Tom stood before the war room's holographic display, now showing Earth's formidable fleet orbiting nearby planets. He turned to his officers, his tone resolute. "We've faced worse odds before. These aliens think we'll fold, that we'll cower and surrender. But if they think we're going down without a fight, they're in for a rude awakening." The officers around him nodded, their faces set with determination. Major Kim, a tactical genius with a reputation for bold strategies, spoke up, her voice edged with anticipation. "Our simulations show they're vulnerable to a few of our newer systems. If they attack, we'll meet them head-on and make it clear why Earth isn't to be trifled with." General Tom allowed himself a smile. "Good. Let's make it so. I want every able soldier ready, every fleet on standby. They'll come thinking we're an easy target. We'll show them what human resilience really means." The countdown to confrontation had begun, and the preparations took on an almost celebratory air. Across Earth, military personnel trained with renewed vigor, citizens rallied in support, and even children could be seen playfully mimicking alien invaders and defenders of Earth. Humanity was ready to fight, but they were also ready to laugh, to turn this moment of danger into a defiant celebration of their survival. As the days passed, the aliens' looming arrival did little to shake the confidence spreading across Earth. General Tom couldn't help but feel a sense of pride watching his people respond with such unity and resolve. They were more than just a planet of individuals. They were a species bound by a shared determination to endure and thrive. This wasn't just a fight for survival. It was a declaration of humanity's place in the cosmos. And so, Earth waited, fortified and unafraid. In every city and every town, people watched the skies, not with dread, but with a mix of excitement and anticipation. They were ready to face whatever the Galactic Council threw at them, not with fear, but with laughter, resilience, and an unbreakable will to stand their ground. As he looked out at the stars from the war room, General Tom's voice held a note of quiet satisfaction. "Let them come," he murmured, almost to himself. "They're about to learn that humanity doesn't break. We only get stronger." The stage was set, and humanity stood ready, unyielding. The alien fleet arrived in Earth's orbit with a silent menace, a constellation of sleek, silver ships stretching across the sky. The Galactic Council's forces had come in full, their vessels massive and equipped with weaponry forged over centuries. They believed this display would strike fear into the hearts of humanity, an overwhelming show of power meant to subdue without much resistance. But humanity's response was nothing the aliens could have anticipated. General Marcus Tom stood in Earth's Central Command Center, his gaze sharp as he surveyed the incoming fleet. His voice was calm but resolute as he addressed his crew. "Let them see us. Let them know exactly who they're dealing with. Deploy Earth's fleet and bring all weapon systems online. Today, we show them what happens when you threaten humanity." In response, Earth's defense fleet launched from hidden spaceports across the planet, an array of ships built with speed, precision, and devastating firepower. They streaked through the atmosphere, forming into battle formation as they rose to meet the alien forces. The human ships were smaller and more maneuverable, designed for rapid strikes and relentless attacks. They didn't carry the centuries-old grandeur of the Galactic Council's vessels, but they carried something far more formidable, the unbreakable will of their creators. As the fleets met, Admiral Jackson, stationed aboard Earth's flagship Resolute, directed the first wave. "Engage on all fronts," he ordered, his voice laced with a fierce determination. "Strike hard, strike fast. Show them we're not afraid." The battle erupted in a blaze of lights and explosions. Human pilots pushed their ships to the limits, darting between alien vessels with a precision that left the Council's forces scrambling to keep up. They targeted weak points with calculated strikes, using their advanced weaponry to cripple alien shields and engines. The aliens, unprepared for this level of resistance, struggled to maintain formation as human ships tore through their lines. On board the alien command vessel, High Commander Vilek watched in disbelief as his forces faltered. He had expected humans to be disorganized and fearful, yet they fought with a ferocity he had rarely seen. His officers, usually calm and methodical, were now frantic, issuing orders and trying to re-establish control. But Earth's forces were relentless, exploiting every vulnerability in the alien fleet's defenses. Meanwhile, on the ground, Earth's military launched their long-range artillery and ground-based missile systems, adding to the barrage. Precision-guided missiles streaked through space, finding their targets with deadly accuracy. The humans' tactical prowess was evident in every move. They anticipated the alien strategies and countered them with ruthless efficiency. Amidst the chaos, Major Kim, leading one of the frontline squadrons, exemplified humanity's unyielding spirit. She and her team executed daring maneuvers, weaving through alien fire with practiced ease. "We're pushing them back," she shouted over the comms, her voice brimming with energy. "They don't know how to handle us." As the battle raged on, humanity's strength and adaptability became clear. They didn't simply rely on their weapons. They fought with creativity and tenacity, turning every disadvantage into an opportunity. They jammed the aliens' communication signals, launched decoy drones to mislead their targeting systems, and even used the wreckage of alien ships as cover to close in for devastating attacks. The Galactic Council had come expecting a straightforward victory, but they now found themselves in a desperate fight for survival. High Commander Vielek, realizing the battle was slipping from his control, issued a desperate command. "Retreat. Fall back to regroup." But it was too late. Human ships surrounded his forces, cutting off their escape routes. Earth's fleet closed in, hammering the alien vessels with relentless fire. The sight of the Council's once mighty fleet breaking apart sent a ripple of exhilaration through the human forces. They had not only held their ground, they were decisively winning. Back on the Resolute, Admiral Jackson allowed himself a rare smile. "We came prepared for war," he murmured, watching the alien ships retreat in disarray. "And they came expecting a surrender." General Tom, monitoring from Earth's command center, felt a swell of pride as the alien forces continued to break. He opened a channel to all units. "Outstanding work, everyone. Let them remember this day. Let it be known across the galaxy. Humanity will not be subdued." As the last of the alien ships pulled back, limping away from Earth's orbit, the cheers of victory echoed across the planet. Humanity had not only survived, they had proven themselves a force to be reckoned with. They were no longer just newcomers to the galaxy, but a power that demanded respect. Yet even as Earth celebrated, General Tom knew this was only the beginning. The Galactic Council would not forget this defeat, and humanity had made its stance clear. The galaxy would never see humans the same way again, and whatever came next, they would be ready. In the aftermath of the battle, the debris of alien ships drifted silently through Earth's orbit, a stark reminder of humanity's triumph. Word of the Galactic Council's defeat spread like wildfire across the galaxy, shaking civilizations that had long thought Earth's people insignificant. Back on Earth, celebrations erupted in every city, from the smallest towns to the sprawling capitals. Humanity had faced a force that had maintained peace through intimidation for thousands of years, and had not only survived but emerged victorious. Families gathered to watch footage of the battle, marveling at the courage of Earth's defenders. Children mimicked the heroic maneuvers of their favorite pilots, and songs were written to honor the day Earth stood up to the galaxy. At the Central Command Center, General Marcus Tom met with his top officers to debrief and plan their next steps. His face was lined with exhaustion, but his eyes gleamed with pride. "Today," he began, addressing the room, "we showed the galaxy that humanity is not to be underestimated. But make no mistake, this victory will draw attention, and not all of it friendly." Admiral Jackson nodded. "The Council will want retribution for this humiliation. They may be regrouping even now. We can't let our guard down." He glanced at the others around the table, gauging their readiness. "We need to prepare Earth for whatever comes next." The mood in the room was solemn but resolved. Major Kim, seated near the front, raised her head with a determined expression. "They saw our strength, our resilience. Let them come. We'll stand ready, just as we did today." Beyond Earth, however, the impact of humanity's victory was already rippling outward. Civilizations across the galaxy received word of the Galactic Council's failure, and for the first time, the Council's long-standing dominance faced serious questions. On distant planets, whispers spread among alien species who had felt the weight of the Council's control for generations. Humanity's defiance was a spark, igniting a newfound sense of possibility among those who had long wished to challenge the established order. Back in the Council chamber, High Commander Valek and the remaining Council leaders convened in a hastily arranged emergency meeting. Their faces were drawn, their confidence shaken. For centuries, they had projected strength through intimidation, relying on their fleets and political influence to maintain control. Now, they found themselves reeling from a loss at the hands of the very species they had dismissed as inferior. "This defeat cannot be ignored," Valek growled, his voice barely containing his fury. "The humans' response was unpredictable, their strength far beyond what we anticipated. We must regain control, or the Council's authority will be at risk." But not everyone in the chamber shared his anger. Some, like Counselor Lyron of the Thyron Collective, felt a new perspective forming. Lyron spoke carefully, her voice soft yet firm. "Perhaps we should consider an alternative path. Humanity has shown resilience, yes, but also the potential for diplomacy. We could seek to learn from them, to find mutual ground. They have proven themselves worthy of respect, if nothing else." A murmur of agreement rose among a few council members. Even the most hawkish among them couldn't deny that the humans had demonstrated exceptional courage and strategy. To launch another assault would risk another devastating defeat, further diminishing their authority. But for now, the Council's path remained unclear, and the galaxy was watching. On Earth, the atmosphere was one of pride mixed with cautious optimism. The victory had unified humanity like never before. Old rivalries seemed trivial, political boundaries faded, and Earth became, at last, a united front in the face of the vast galaxy beyond. As General Tom walked through the command center, he felt a renewed sense of purpose. Humanity was no longer the outlier, the newcomer on the galactic stage. They had claimed a place among the stars, through sheer grit and unbreakable spirit. Turning to Admiral Jackson and Major Kim, he shared a final thought, his voice steady with determination. Today, we've shown the galaxy who we are and what we stand for. But this isn't the end, it's the beginning. We'll keep advancing, keep defending our place out here. Let them remember us as more than just a species. Let them remember us as a force. Earth stood ready, the stars now within reach. Humanity would continue, prepared for the challenges ahead, with the universe as witness to their strength.